How's it going, Pokemon fans? Shane here from JollyMonz, and this week we're going to go over some Alolan Ninetales. Now, typically you see Ninetales all the time paired up with Decidueye, just for that maximum sniping damage, but we're just going to go straight Ninetales. So, the whole point of this deck is you're just going to snipe and pick apart their attackers off the bench as they're trying to get them set up, so when they do come in, it's easy to knock out. Ninetales does also have the great safety net in Ice Path, where you move all the damage counters from Ninetales to their Pokemon. So if they come in, they have to one-shot you. If they don't one-shot you, then you can just Ice Path and essentially get a free heal while taking prizes. And that's probably one of the better GX attacks in the game right now. Probably right behind Algorithm. Probably be about the only one I'd say is better off the top of my head. At least on a playable GX. But anyway. Enough. You guys know what Ninetales does. So, let's just go through the Pokemon one by one. This first slot is pretty open. You can play Sudowoodo. You can play Oricorio. Just about anything. It's kind of like that. It's a tech slot. So whatever you're expecting to see, you can play. Now, at my locals, we don't really have anything Sudowoodo helps out a whole lot against, but we do typically see some Vespiquen, so I've been playing Oricorio instead of Sudowoodo. But Sudowoodo is probably the safer blind pick, just because of his Roadblock ability where your opponent can't have more than 4 bench Pokemon. We are playing one Tapu Koko. 1 DCE does 20 damage to everything on their board. That helps set up Ninetales for knockouts. And we are playing 2 Lele for the Wonder Tag. You know, put her into play, search your deck for whatever support you need at that given time. Especially in this deck where Mallow synergizes very well with Octillery. You can Lele for Mallow for whatever you need. Put it on top, and then Octillery to draw cards. Now, and we are playing 4 Vulpix. Now, not only does Vulpix evolve into Ninetales, which is kind of what we're trying to do, Beacon is also one of the best attacks in the game. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, put them into your hand. That is very, very good. You'll see Vulpix splash a lot in any evolutionary line deck just because she is amazing at building consistency. And of course we do have Ninetales, which we've already gone over. Ice Blade, DCE, 50 damage to any one of your opponent's Pokemon. Snipe attackers before they hit the active. And she does have Blizzard Edge for 2 water and a colorless for 160, but you have to discard 2 energy from her. So typically what I like to do is get her set up with 2 water, and then if I need to Blizzard Edge to maintain control of board state, attach a DCE and then use Blizzard Edge. That's what I like to do. And there might be other ways to do it. Anyway, Blizzard Edge you don't want to use too often unless you absolutely have to. If you don't need a Blizzard Edge, don't do it. And then of course, Ice Path, we've already gone over why that's so good. It's essentially a free heal while taking prizes. We are playing 2 Remoraid, just to evolve into Octillery, don't think too hard about it. And Octillery, he's on water. Once during your turn before your attack, you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. In a deck like this, where you're moving really slow, Octillery is really good. He just helps make sure you draw into the energies you need to keep doing what you're doing. So that's all the Pokemon. When we move over to the items, we are playing water, so of course we're going to be playing Aqua Patch. Attach water energy card from discard pile to one of your bench water Pokemon. Essentially, you just get 2 attachments that turn. It's pretty good. We are playing 2 Field Blower. Choose up to any 2 combination Pokemon tool cards and stadiums in play, yours or your opponent's, and discard them. It helps us get rid of float stones, which is very important in this deck because you can Lysander stall their big heavy Pokemon while you snipe their attackers. We are playing 4 Ultra Ball, 4 versus Seeker as usual. And we're playing 3 Rough Seas. Now, again, when a deck is this slow, you want to try and prolong the game as much as possible. The longer the game goes, the better it's looking for you, especially against those turbo decks. So, we're playing Rough Seas to get that free 30 heal every turn. And during each player's turn, that player may heal 30 damage from each of their water or electric Pokemon. Now, against water or electric decks, you're probably not going to want to play this, just because it's going to slow you down. But this is going to help extend the clock for them attacking into you. So, it's going to set you up to win and prevent them from essentially KOing you. Rough Seas also synergize really well with Ice Path, in the essence that it might turn a 2-shot into a 3-shot, thus allowing the Ice Path to move over enough damage counters to be a 1-hit knockout. We are playing 2 Lysander, it's pretty typical. 3 N, also pretty typical. We are playing a Kukui in this list. Draw 2 cards, and during this turn, your attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active. So, remember, when you Kukui, if you attack the bench with Ice Blade, you're not doing extra. Only if you attack the active. What this does is just that in a deck like this where you're only attacking for 50 at a time, that extra 20 can be very crucial in the right moments. 4 Sycamore, pretty typical, self-explanatory. Well, if I can close it. Anyway, we are playing 3 Choice Band. Again, it's just one of those instances where when you need the extra damage on the active, things like Kukui and Choice Band can be very, very useful. Choice Band is one of those things, especially with Field Blower being so relevant in the format, you don't want to just attach it just because you want to hold it until you're using it for a knockout on the active. We are playing 3 Floatstone, mainly just to help get retreats and stuff. Octillery has a pretty hefty retreat cost. Sudowoodo also has a pretty hefty retreat cost. And if we don't have to discard energies, we don't want to. Now, on the energy side of things, we are playing 4 DCE. Because if you take a look at Ninetales, the main focus of her only requires a DCE. We only need water energies for Blizzard Edge. And Tapu Koko also only requires DCE, as well as Tapu Lele. Of course, we are going to play water energy, though. This is not a turbo deck, so we can't get away with only playing DCEs. So we're going to be playing 8 water energy. We can fuel some of those to the discard to get early turn Aqua Patches, things of that nature. You also have to remember you are going to be discarding energy whenever you need the Blizzard Edge. So you're going to need more energy to keep bringing that back up. Now, I do want to fit a Mallow in here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet. I mean, just looking at it, I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do to fit the Mallow. I might just take out a Choice Band and put in the Mallow. Because through testing, Mallow has been really good with this list. But I'm going to think about it. You don't want to just jump to rush deck changes. That's one of the big things I can always stress before going to any kind of tournament. Always test something before you change it, before any event. You will hear like pros and stuff talking about how they do things last minute, and that's good for them. We're not pros. If you're watching this, do not make last minute just frantic decisions. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the deck profile. Come back, join me tomorrow, and we'll play a game. Hopefully it goes well. But anyways, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. And as always, stay jolly.